Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you rocking with me once again. Very excited today. I have two mystery boxes from a company called That Spider-Man Booth. I ordered these things back in October. They're a very small company. They're basically a comic book store in California, but they do these mystery boxes. I guess technically twice a week, depending on how you want to look at it. I ordered two of them because you get free shipping when you buy two. They're 30 bucks a piece, and basically what you're going to have in here are five, I think, comic books. I've seen this box opened on a couple of different channels. There's cool. They get cool stuff in here. They put some really cool stuff in here. So I'm really excited to open it. If I can figure out how the hell. Oh, okay, I see. If I can figure out how to get into it. They got this thing taped up really nice. Let me get it out of the shipping box here. I like these boxes. I'm gonna have to look into those, see if I can get some of those for myself. Anyway, it comes in there. There's something rattling in here. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe it's a sticker. Comes in this, I feel like Peter. And on the back it says, ordinary life is no longer an option. This is an amazing fantasy. Kind of in the style of that death of Peter Parker or whatever it was a few years back there, but he hated. So when you open it up, I think it's... Oh, nope. Usually it's face down. Okay, hold on a second. Let's see what we got. Yep, we got a sticker. Feel like a Peter. I should have done this a different way. We're going to flip this upside down. Oops, I hit the mic. We're going to flip this upside down. These boxes are nice. They're like glossy, and it's a super firm but thin cardboard. Good stuff. Anyway, so let's try to make this as much of a surprise as we can. I'm going to flip these up one by one. Some of them are going to have price tags in the corner. That's basically what they would sell it for in their store. In my experience, from what I've observed on other channels, that price is probably 10 to 20% higher than what it would go for on eBay. But by and large, what I've seen, you get a ton of value out of this box. So I'm really excited. I've been waiting for this for like almost 2 months now. All right, we ready? Here we go. Oh, shit. That is badass. Oh, shit. This is Deceased #1. So this is what's called a virgin cover. This is a new phenomenon to me. Didn't know that these had a name, really. But these have become really popular. And basically, they don't have the number, the issue number on the side. They don't have the price and all that. It does say down at the bottom, Deceased #1. I haven't been, some of you guys know, I think I talked about it in like one of my first videos since we started doing this. I had to close my subscription at my comic book store because I live just way too far away. And so I completely missed out on this Deceased storyline, but apparently it's really popular. So I'm waiting for the trade paperback to come out. I'm going to cop that for sure. It's got a $30 price tag on it. We'll look up some of these higher value ones at the end of the video and see how that matches up with eBay. But that's a sweet video, or sweet cover, black and white, Batman. He's basically a zombie. I think that's the gist of the series, is that they're zombies. For some reason, it's going over with quite a bit more popularity than the Marvel Zombies arc did, which surprises me because usually Marvel stuff is more popular. All right, next book. Ready? Oh, shit, we got another one. This is Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy. It says 2. I don't know if that's Series 2 or Issue 2, but again, another virgin cover. Fantastic artwork. I'm assuming that Mellow... Oh, no. It doesn't say. I think that's Rain and Anacleto, maybe? I'm trying to read the signature. That's fantastic artwork, man. Look at that. That's the kind of thing you would want, if you're a comic book collector, you would want that, like the original of that, or a really high quality print of that framed. That is fantastic art. So right out of the gate, again, this one box we're opening was 30 bucks. First two books, based on this, obviously, 55 bucks? So incredible value out of this box. Incredible value. Now, I do notice that some of these... Okay, I'm noticing a theme that I didn't know before. On the back, there's a sticker. It says thatspidermanbooth.com. The first two books had that, and the first two books were high value, so to speak. The next book doesn't have that, so I'm guessing this is going to be a common. Let's test the theory. Bam. Oh, okay. Winona Earp, Be My Bloody Valentine, #1, IDW. This is just a common, but you know what? It's a #1. Winona Earp, the TV show, was kind of a cult favorite. I know it's been canceled. I think it only did 1 or maybe 2 seasons. But the fandom around it is pretty intense, and they've got pops that are coming out that I know are selling out left and right. So I'm actually pretty happy to get that. There might be, while it may not be a hit, it may not be valuable per se. You know, if it's worth $5 to $10, you know, I'm stoked with that. All right, this next one does have the SpiderManBooth.com sticker. Let's see how we did. Okay. 15 bucks. Year of the Villain, #1, Joker. This is the other reason why I stopped buying comics, is that I feel like both Marvel and DC are just recycling their shit every year. Like, more than they used to. That's always been a thing throughout the history of comics, because, you know, new generations come in and you can kind of retell some of the stories or retell them in a different way. So that's not a new phenomenon, and I'm not opposed to that. But I feel like they do like the Year of the Villain every 8 or 9 months at DC, or some version of that. So that's dumb. We already saw this one. It's X-Men Blue, #11. This is just a kind of a throw-in comic, basically. I'm not even sure, when did this come out? What's the price on this? $3.99. This is the other reason I stopped buying comics. They're too goddamn expensive. $4. And it's like paper thin. This is only like 15 pages. It's insane. Anyway, that's just a little throwaway. So, first box, 30 bucks. Trying to get these organized here. We got these 3 books right here. So what is that? 25, 35, 40. That's $70 in those 3 books. Even if it's 30% high, that's still 50 bucks back on your money. So, super happy with that. And again, #1, I'm going to guess this Poison Ivy is probably a #1 as well. It's probably the second volume of the comic book. So like when they when a comic book has its run, like 1 through whatever, when they restart it at #1, that becomes a new volume. Sometimes they'll just flat out say, hey, we're doing another run of these guys, you know. Particularly, one of the things that I really liked about comics in the recent years is they did a lot of mini-series. You'd have like a 12-issue run, and they would tell this great story over 12 issues, and that was it, and it was done. And then sometimes if it was really successful and they had another story, they'd come back and they'd do another run. And so that's what you'd see sometimes, where you'd have like this volume 2. Where am I at? Volume 2 right here. I'm guessing that's what that is. I'd have to open it up to look. I don't really want to, because I do like that it's sort of quote unquote sealed by that Spider-Man booth. I'm going to pop that in there. I want to give them a plug actually as well. They put it in here. Every Monday they have an Instagram live, and they do it on YouTube as well. It's at, well, they've been starting early. Let's say 4:30 Pacific time. And basically what they do is they just do a little 45-minute to an hour. Lately it's been longer. It's been like, about an hour, I guess. It's been kind of on the long end. Just a little YouTube show and Instagram live show where they do a couple things. Basically, I forgot to mention, every one of these drops. So I said that they do the box twice a week, right? Excuse me. It has a GP. They have a grand prize, and it's usually a graded comic book. So it's going to be the CCG graded, the ones that are in the plastic case, and it'll say like, you know, it's not usually high grade, 6.5, 7, something like that on them. That, you know, one lucky person who happened to buy during that 3 or 4 day window is going to get. And then what they do on Mondays is your order number becomes a raffle ticket, and you watch the show, and they basically just raffle off extra books. Sometimes they're CCG graded. Sometimes, you know, they're sort of hits, you know, like this. Sometimes they're, I mean, lately they've been giving out like tons of Spawn comics, because I guess Todd McFarlane, he did like a Spawn 300 special edition at San Diego Comic-Con. They're based in Duarte, California. I don't know how far that is from California, but they had a presence at SDCC, and so they got a bunch of these guys, these Spawn 300s, And so they've been giving a ton of those away. You know, sometimes they just have, because, you know, they're a comic book store. They're buying people's collections. They're buying, you know, mass quantities of older books. So sometimes they have a book that's like, hey, this book is worth a lot of money if you get it cleaned up, if you pay to get it cleaned and get it graded and all that stuff, you know. So, hey, we're just going to give it away. And they do stuff like that every Monday. It's super fun. It's a really great crowd as far as the chatters go. There's no trolls. There's no negativity. Everybody's super positive. It's super fun. Everyone's happy when people win. They're sort of, you know, tongue-in-cheek, angry and pissed off when... how's this? Okay, I'm going to flip this over here so it's a surprise. Tongue-in-cheek, you know, mad when they lose, you know, that kind of thing. But it's all very positive. I really enjoy... Sometimes I watch it every week. And I only have... At this point, I have 2 raffle tickets. Because for some of the drawings, all of your orders through history are still valid. So your raffle ticket's still good. And you can win multiple times. So... you know, I still watch, and I have a great time, you know, even though my number's one of, you know, I don't know, probably 7,000 or 8,000 at this point, right? All right, first comic. This is the second box, $30 mystery box. First one on top, or on the bottom, I should say, is going to be a common. Ready? Oh, it's a cool cover, though. Okay. No, this isn't. It's just, it doesn't have the thing on the back, but it's actually not. It's $30. This is a virgin cover. And I think this, the Riverdale is, or the R, I should say, is Riverdale, which would be the Archie reboot. But the outfit she has under the coat is Vampirella from the 90s. It was a different time then, kids, and we were not very enlightened when it comes to objectification. God, same thing. I don't know if you can see. These things are paper thin, these books. They're like 5 pages, man. But again, super cool artwork. I'm guessing it's Archie. I'm gonna have to do some research on it. I'm guessing that this is, what was her name? Veronica? Yeah, Betty and Veronica, right? So yeah, Veronica that dressed as Vampirella would be my guess. I know the new Archie books are pretty dark, and kind of have, some of them have like a supernatural theme. I don't know, but that's what I've seen. So that's not out of the ordinary. Next book does have the sticker on it, so this should be a good one. Let's see what we got. Back it up. Okay. Oh, interesting. I was wrong. Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy #1. This one with the Harley Quinn. So we actually have #1 and #2. Hold on a second. Hold the phones, guys. Hold the phones, because I want to put these up together. I know you've seen it a bunch of times. Look at that. Now, I feel like having these two together makes it the $25. Even though if it's really $20 on eBay, I bet having 1 and 2, you could get $50 out of. And I paid $60 for both boxes. So that is incredible. Those are gorgeous. Look at the art on those. Let me get this lined up for you guys. Look at the art. Get my fingers out of the way here. Hold on. Amateur hour up in this piece. Look at the art on those. That is fantastic. That Harley Quinn art. Is that the same artist? Yeah, it is. This, I'm going to have to look this person up because I like the way they work. That's amazing. So again, same with the other box. First 2 books, 25 and 30. We're already well over our value. I would say this one's going to be a common, but now I'm not so sure because they completely threw off my my theory on that. But let's see what we got. You ready? Okay, Witchblade #25. This is a $3 book, so this is going to be a newer run of Witchblade, not the original from the 90s. Also, it's Top Cow / Image, so that's a good indication. But for $2.95, that's definitely going to be mid 2000s, I would say. But I don't know if there's anything significant about this issue. I'm guessing not. Typically, a number 25, usually they try to line things up so that big things happen in issue 1, issue 10, 25, 50, 100. Or they try to do special things in those numbers. So there might be something to that. Oh, you know what? I'm a dead liar. It even says 1998 on the bottom. Huh. This was an expensive book in 1998. $2.95? It is a little bit thicker, I have to say, but... Or 1998, I should say. Was I still buying books in 98? Maybe I wasn't. I don't remember. I remember them still being like $2.25 around that time. But honestly, from the start of the 90s to the end of the 90s, they went up from like 75 cents to a good $3 by the end of the decade. And then there was kind of a price war over the next decade where they kind of they shrunk the books so that they could keep the price down. All right, next one does have the sticker, which I think might sometimes mean something. How do we do? Oh, that is sweet. The Batman Who Laughs #1. Again, Virgin. No, this is not technically a Virgin cover, I don't think. I'm guessing it's a variant cover. $20? Hey, I'll take it. There's nothing wrong with that. 30, 50, 60, 75. So, about the same value overall. I mean, and that's not, I'm completely discounting the common. But basically, both books, or both boxes, I should say, got double your money. This hat is itching me. It's like catching my napes, as we used to say at ER Solutions. All right, last book. Ready? Here we go. I have no idea what that is. Oh, X-Men. Oh, X-Men Blue. Welcome to 2099. Oh, I'm going to read that. I'm going to read it just because I loved the 2099. So this is number 17. I want to see... Because the other one was X-Men Blue as well. What number was that? Number 11. Oh, no. Okay. I was like, hey, if they're back-to-back, that'd be cool, but they're not. So... Man, that's that Spider-Man booth. It's such a crazy value. It's ridiculous. It's insane. Like, you have 5 books. Okay, you spent $30. So I spent, $6 a piece for these books? But, I mean, shoot. The cover price on this book is $4. Not that I would have bought X-Men Blue, but, if I was just shopping the stand. But still, like, you're not even hardly paying a premium, and they're returning so much value. All right, I'm going to pause this video real quick. Behind the curtain, normally I just keep recording and look shit up and then I cut it out. But I'm actually going to pause the recording because I'm going to have to get creative with how I look stuff up right now on my phone, actually. So I'll be right back in right now. Okay, interesting. Let's just put it that way. Very, very interesting. So let me get my notes here. First of all, I want to talk about Winona Earp. Apparently, this was a WonderCon exclusive. I only found one of these being sold, and it was covered in signatures from what I assume to be the cast of the show and not the people involved in the book. And it was listed for $275. Nobody else had this book up. So I don't know what to make of that, but I think that might be a hidden gem. Perhaps. We'll see. Okay. Year of the Villain Joker. So this Year of the Villain Joker book had like 80 variant covers, and the prices on them are all over the place. It is hot in here. I have no idea on this one. There's a Virgin variant of the same cover, but without the splash at the top. That was between $30 and $50. I'm going to guess this is probably 10 to 15. It is a variant cover. It's just, it's the lesser of the 2 variants of the 50 variants that they made. So I'm gonna guess 15 on that. The Deceased was another interesting one. First of all, as it turns out, this is not a Virgin cover, and in fact, neither was the other one that I thought was the Batman Who Laughs. There is a Virgin cover version of this book. We'll get to that in a second. I had trouble with this one as well. There's just so many covers. There aren't that many listed, and there aren't that many sold of this particular one. The best I could find was $15, which obviously is very disappointing. I'm on the wrong side. When it says 30 up here, I struggle to accept that it's 15. I think there's just too few of them. When something is rare, it can go both ways. It can cause the price to shoot up, or if it's not being sold often enough, then there's no there's no awareness in the marketplace of it. If people don't know that it's something to get, then there's no demand. If there's no demand, there's no value. The Batman Who Laughs. This particular cover, this is another one that had a bunch of different variants. And I will say this particular cover was hard to find that wasn't CCG graded. So that was true for a lot of these, actually. A lot of these, the eBay listings were CCG. So it really made it difficult. It might be worth sending them out to get graded, quite frankly, because these are all like minty fresh. And I've never owned any books really like this, like most of these, in my life. Even well, because I'm a collector, I'm a reader, right? So I'd buy it, I'd read it. You throw it in the, well, first of all, you're buying it off the newsstand, right? Getting it off the stand, it's getting in a bag, it's going in the car, and just by the time you get home, they're not mint. They're not minty fresh. They're going to have bends and dings, and especially along the spine. But these are all minty fresh, so it might be worth sending these in to get graded. It's usually $30 to $60, and if that makes the book worth, $80 or $90 today, then it might be worth it. So it's something to consider. But God, $10, I guess, probably more like 15 if there were more of them, which is in line with kind of what I said about 10 to 20%. This one is fascinating. This is one I would probably consider getting graded more than the others. Apparently, this is limited to 500 copies, which is super cool. I've never had anything that limited before. The title of this book is Red Sonja and Vampirella Meet Betty and Veronica. So it's this super mashup of these 3 or 4 properties, depending on how you want to look at it. And this is a full virgin cover. There's nothing on it, unlike the other ones that are just variant covers. I misspoke earlier. Super cool cover. I mean, it's, again, brilliant artwork. But yeah, like this one, I didn't write it down. This one, this was $20, $20 to $30 on eBay. Graded, it's being listed at like 100. Although I didn't see any sales. Poison Ivy number 1. Again, same problem. A lot of these had been CCG graded. This was going 10 to 15 ungraded. I could not find a single listing for this book at all. Both of these books had numerous variant covers. Apparently the thing to do now is that, they pick a book and they do variant covers for like every major Comic-Con in the country. And so that's why a lot of these books why I have variant covers, number 1, out of a, fairly inexpensive mystery box, and why they had so many mystery covers on their own. So again, I think probably still like list at 50, sell for 40 kind of situation on those. I think you'd probably do well with that. Let's take a swig for the working man here. Figure 15, we'll figure 15. So I think my prices are conservative. Certainly they're less than what they have listed on here, because there's 130, 45, and I'm including Winona Earp, which is not listed, but again, given what I've seen, it's probably one that you can get some money out of. I figure my value on this $105. Paid 60, so almost double my money. If I take the time to get these graded, you'd probably be, I would say, right at double by the time you're all in on the grading costs. But that's an incredible value. Like, I am super pleased with these results. I mean, first of all, these books are cool as hell. Just from a collector, from a fan perspective, these I keep going back to Harley and Poison Ivy. Just the art on these 2 books is so freaking awesome. I love these 2 books. The value you get back on these is insane. I'm actually going to buy 2 more today. As I record this, it is Cyber Monday, and they're having a $10 off coupon code. So I'll actually get 2 boxes for $50. So I'm gonna buy 2 more later this afternoon. I didn't mention it when we talked about their Insta Monday thing. If you buy from 4:30 to 5:15, I think is the window, you get entered into a Insta Mondays only drawing. So they draw a couple things that only people that bought in that 45-minute window qualify for. So I'm going to buy 2 more, like I said, during that window and be in that drawing. It should be shipping today or tomorrow, but I bought a very expensive Black Friday mystery box from these guys. I've seen them do a what they call a superior box, Superior Spider-Man. You can look them up on YouTube. I've seen a lot of them opened. This will be volume 7. This will be the 7th one they've done. And the potential value, I talked about in another video, it was $250, but it's like $500 to $1,000 in value at least. So I was really excited to be able to get that. It sold out very quickly. I was actually able to get a pre-order because I had bought this box, which was awesome. So I didn't have to, fight for it on Black Friday. So that should be coming up here. I should have that. Well, I mean, I hope I get tracking information. Let's just look real time. I hope I get tracking information like any day. I don't have it yet, but hopefully in the next day or two I have some tracking information, and then probably by this time next week we've got the box, so you'll be seeing it at about a week from now. Anyway, let me know down in the description. I am such a bad YouTuber. Also, it's very hot in here. Let me know down in the comments what you thought of these comics, what you think of this box. I really dig it, man. As a comic book fan, I think that is a fun way to get books. If you want to collect but you don't necessarily want to read, this is a really cool way to kind of fill out your collection. That's big words coming from me as someone who needs to liquidate my collection. But just from like I said, from a coolness factor. Man, I'm very pleased. My very first mystery box from these guys. I'm very pleased. I have seen some on YouTube videos that weren't what I would call a slam dunk. Let's put it that way. I mean, they always give you a good value. I've never seen one of these opened where they didn't do a good job. But I've seen some that I was kind of like, that's kind of weak sauce. Not the case in this instance. Part of that is they just hit me. I'm a huge DC fan, Batman, Superman, all those guys. So part of it is they just got lucky. They sent me a bunch of DC books, and I'm happy, right? But yeah, very pleased. Very much looking forward to our Black Friday box, and looking forward to picking up another box here this afternoon. So again, let me know down in the comments what you think. What you think of the box, what you think of some of the books I got. And, I'll jump in there and we can have a little conversation about it offline, so to speak. Appreciate you guys, and I will see you next time.